All right, welcome back to RVAsec 14. We're here in downtown Richmond, Virginia. We're at the CTF in the vendor booth, and I've got my next, well, I could have had another guest, but got my next guest. Why don't you introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm Elijah. We're here with Veeam. We are a data resiliency company specializing in backup and replication recovery for people's data to make sure that the business can keep running even if they get hit by ransomware, natural disaster, threat actors, whatever it means. You know, keep your business running, keep the money flowing.
All right, so if someone comes up and they're trying to understand the problem you solve, it's really about keeping things running? Is that?
Yeah, we're the last line of defense, right? So assuming ransomware or something gets into your system and shuts it down, we're gonna get you back online because we're gonna have copies of your data somewhere secure to make sure that you can restore and get back in operational as fast as possible.
Gotcha. How do people test that? If they come to you and they say, hey, I heard you do this great thing and I want to test it out, like a POV before they would maybe purchase or something. How's that work?
Yeah, we got all sorts of test labs that we can operate, POCs that we can run with clients with licensing, creating sandbox environments that allow people to test the actual speeds and feeds. It's very unique. Everyone has a unique system, and so we have to kind of create a system for each one of our clients to match whatever it is they're using with how many different storage vendors there are out there, hypervisors, a lot of creativity that's required to fit into somebody's environment.
Gotcha. So 40-some vendors here at the conference. It's been great. When people are coming up and they're learning about you, what do they ask? What's been the top two questions you've been getting this last couple of days?
I think the biggest thing is understanding how do you leverage backup with security.
Okay.
Because we're a security conference here, right? And security is all about front end. How do we stop them from getting in?
Yeah.
But our assumption as the backup vendor is that they're going to get in. It's called zero trust.
Yeah.
We have to assume that basically security is going to fail eventually.
Yeah.
So what we talk a lot about is how do we make sure that security and backup work together, not separate.
Okay.
Not how we two separate silos, but how do we actually work together to make sure that we stop them as much as possible, but when they do get in, we communicate with each other, that we don't have a fog of war where two groups of the company are fighting against each other to accomplish the same mission.
Gotcha. So for some organizations that think they already have backups, they think, I hate to say tape, but whatever, if they think they've got something that works, what are you saying to them?
It really comes down to risk tolerance for the data that you're storing and how do you get it back. Right? Backup is only one small section of protecting your environment in the back. You have to actually understand what it means to recover that data as well. You can have it up there, but if you can't get it back down, or if you can't get it back down where you need it, there's no good having it there. It's kind of like an insurance policy. If it takes 6 months to get your paycheck for your car, it's no good. You have to have it in a week because you got to get a new car. So if let's say your entire data center goes down, well, if you have a copy, it's great. But if you don't have a data center to put that copy back into, you can't operate. So you have to have more than just a backup. You have to have a recovery plan. You have to make sure that recovery is actually clean and operational, and you know where it's going to go to get you back online. Because recovering hardware is the longest part of any incident response team, is getting their hardware back online.
All right. So we've kind of, I think we've covered some of this, but if we're trying to consolidate down, if someone says, hey, there's lots of vendors, why you? What's the differentiator? What's the moat that you guys bring to the table?
The biggest message that Veeam differentiates itself from everybody else is our data portability. Every backup vendor does security well. All of them have a good recovery process because that's our job. But what Veeam specializes in is data portability. It's the ability to take that data and put it anywhere that you see fit. A lot of our other vendors, they have specific hardware they have to use, but Veeam is agnostic. We work with almost everybody. So if your data center goes down, we can spin you up in Azure. We can spin you up in AWS. We can spin you up into another storage block. A lot of other vendors don't have that capabilities.
Gotcha. All right, what do we miss? What do we need to tell them they need to know about?
I think that about covers
I feel like we covered it all.
That's about it. That was
Where
a good
can they go to
question.
find more information?
Just Veeam.com. We're the biggest vendor in the name. It's hard not to find us. If you just type in Veeam, you'll find everything you need to know.
You heard it here at RVAsec 14. Go check them out.